Okay, just finished my work day. Feet are aching, I'm tired. But the thing that occurred to me is again about body language. Eye contact. People think like if you break eye contact during talking to somebody, that automatically means you're lying. Not true. But we've seen JF being very disingenuous, very it's just not genuine at all. Um, he'd look around and briefly look up and look around while he's talking this and that. It's very difficult to get any more from JF from what I've seen other than what I got from it. Um, there's a few things here and there, but again, there's a few things that I didn't talk about that, like going like this during saying something, and yeah, but it just equals. He's not genuine. There's something he's hiding. As to exactly what it is, it's difficult because well, that's the police up to the police to find out. So again with eye contact, again like people here, like if you break eye contact, that means you're lying. If a person breaks eye contact while talking to you, it means they're lying. People hear this. And when they are lying, they sometimes overcompensate and they look you in the eye, looking you in the camera too much. That becomes kind of creepy and they overcompensate and it just doesn't look very natural. They might lean forward a bit more, trying and attempting to look more genuine. You get the point, right? That was a bit freaky for you. Sorry about that. So, what about eye movement with attraction, sexual attraction, or just some kind of attraction between people? Well, if you get that eye contact lock and somebody just looks past, and I almost feel like I'm not interested when I do that. If I just look at you, maybe, and it's like a dismissal. It's like doing it now gives me that subtle feeling of dismissal, like not interested. What else is around to look at? But if you catch somebody looking, maybe across a room, public bar, cafe, restaurant, whatever, public, in the public arena, the public area that's busy, whatever, don't matter exactly where necessarily. You look up, you catch somebody who've been looking at you, and they look immediately vertical down. And about 20 to 30 seconds later, they're looking at you again. And they could look down again. And they're interested. Usually, I mean, don't just look at that. That might be, with some people, they might be slightly outside of the normal social norms and a little bit odd. Rare exceptions. But if you look at that and it's generally they're interested. However, if you look at their feet as their feet are pointing towards you, nobody looks at. If you can look under a table where somebody is sat and see their feet pointing towards you, and this as well, they're interested. Approach them. Break the ice. Typical in the UK, breaking the ice speech would be walking by. Is just you might talk about the place. An icebreaker in the UK, we're obsessed with the weather because it can change, particularly this time of year, especially, and in spring as well. It can change very quickly. As soon as summer hits, we can get more consistency, very random with spring and winter. It can be really sparkling, nice, sunny one day. In the evening, it'll be hammering down with rain, torrential, or the other way round, or it can be in for a couple of days raining, or it can be in for a couple of days sunny or clear. Sometimes in the winter, you get those crisp, clear, bright, sunny days. It can be like all day, and the next day, very overcast. But what I mean crisp and clear is just the air so crisp. It's very cold, and You can feel the air in your lungs. It's if you got that kind of climate, you know what I'm talking about. And those are the least humid days because all the moisture is on the ground because the cold air is bringing it down. A little bit of warmth and a lot of moisture. You got humidity, that moisture's in the air. A percentage of the air you're breathing is just water. Now, so look for that, and I've seen that from people who ended up getting really chatty with me and interesting to how things develop. And it certainly is something that when you first experience it, you look and they immediately look, and it's a vertical down. When they look down, they're kind of submitting to you. It's like a submissive thing. And they side look afterwards 20 30 seconds later, and you'll get feelings when you see that even without knowledge of that from books have written about body language, and you'll get a feeling of, oh, that person might be interested in me. They are, particularly if you look at these other body language cues I've talked about as well. And again, I recommend people look at people's feet. They point in a direction the mind wants to go. We don't look at things that we don't want to look at, or we find not aesthetically appealing. But particularly if we find something disgusting to look at, we don't tend to want to. We don't look at it. You don't. Something's disgusting, and you don't know what it is. There might be a fine thread of curiosity. You keep looking, and then you go, "Nah, I don't want to look. Oh, gross!" But you're gonna close your eyes. JF has used a body language cue in which it shows that there's something about seeing Mama JF, but I don't know what it is, seeing her going away or seeing the fact that he dropped her off, whatever it is associated with the in-betweenness of her presence becoming non-present. He does this thing every time. There are three times on cue this happened. You got to look to this. It's hear no, say no, see no, which is referred to by body language analysis. So you get the eye rub, you get people maybe rubbing the earlobe, and you get the people like after saying something, and in different ways of doing that. When it's on cue with what they're saying, something to look for definitely, and look for people who are genuine and honest by a body language that is open arms, exposing the torso, like the forearm. Sorry, your upper arm away from the body slightly rather than down like this and this, because that's the JF would seem to be a bit like that. You go this and that. He did open up with some body language a little bit, with briefly talked about that. As he was doing that, became a bit more animated a little bit, but then quickly went back to kind of a shut down approach. Very difficult to get anything else other than what I've got from JF anyway. Yeah, that's that in a nutshell. But look for that. Look for the immediate. It's a vertical movement down. It's not like look down to the left, or vertical movement down. Then they might look down to the left. Bit of self-talk. Is he or she good enough for me? I wonder. Or do I approach her? Whatever. Self-talk, right? But after looking down, they might want a sly look, a bit of, because attraction also includes anxiety, because you're gonna think like, if I approach them, will they think I'm weird? Do they like me? Would they like me? Or this and that. I like them. I can't stop looking at them. And it's all this will go around in your mind. A bit of anxiety is a good thing on your first date, because it means that they really want to get on with you, but along with you, and they don't want to upset the apple cart. They're like, is this okay? Do they think I'm a bit weird? That's natural. It's okay. But certainly they look for the anxiety things, but look for if they're leaning forward on your date, if they're leaning forward and looking at you, and if they're leaning forward and doing this as well while they're talking to you and looking in your eye, you're on a winner, because this, along with leaning forward and getting more in your space, and there seems to be an agreement with getting each other's space a bit more, is that they're putting their face on a pedestal, literally for you to admire. It's things like that. But the vertical eye down thing, and 20 to 30 seconds later, they're looking at you again, and they look down again. After you catch them, and the occasional side glance, go and approach them. They're interested, or perhaps don't approach them if you're already with somebody, or maybe if you're with somebody who's agreed to be relatively open in their relationship, there's probably nothing wrong with approaching them, I guess. If talk to your partner, whatever first, if that's a thing, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is that's a cue. That is a cue. Even if they don't even consciously think they're queuing for you to approach them, they rather you did, particularly, especially if they're doing this and their torso, because it's called blading, to move towards you a little bit, and the feet are pointing towards you. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I never know. Things might get positively interesting. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Take care. And I look forward to doing another video soon. And one more time, Erin, you dumb as fuck. But there we go. I just want to just do more about body language. This channel should really be more about some of those things, because I enjoy it so much. Again, I said I'm gonna go. Peace out. If you don't know who Erin is, it doesn't matter. They're not that relevant at the bigger scheme of things, but cheers.